Okay, welcome back, everybody. Today we're here talking about another episode of The Last of Us. So I just sat down and watched season 2, episode 2, Through the Valley, and it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of what I was expecting. So on that first stream I did, I was playing through. I got to this point in the story where spoilers. If you haven't seen this episode, maybe click off now, go watch a different video, go do something else. But we're going to be covering everything that happened in this episode here. So basically, in this episode, you kind of see more of Abby. You see what they're up to and how they're looking to get into Jackson and their plans to find and murder Joel. And they kind of add some flourishes into it. You see this mega swarm awakened from the frozen snow, right? They plant the seed that there's this idea that you have infected hiding under other infected to like shield them from the cold, which is fine, I guess, but I feel like it's kind of the beginning of the unraveling of the whole narrative with these infected. Because if you think about it, the only way that the infected notify other infected is if they're like burrowed into the ground and like into their surrounding environments, and the mycelium kind of spreads off of them into the surrounding area. So then now you're putting that in a cold environment where their metabolism is slowed down, and it okay, it's already kind of weird. Then they're shielding themselves with the bodies of other dead infected over them. Why are there hundreds of infected frozen in the hillside outside of Jackson? It's a little strange. Why are the infected burrowing through the pipes of Jackson? It doesn't really make any sense. And it kind of builds up to this whole big fantasy attack on Jackson where you have all of these infected swarming on the town. It's all kind of bullshit. That's the whole thing I kept thinking the whole time I was watching this. Like, this doesn't matter. This has nothing to do with anything in the story. It's totally relevant. It's made up Hollywood bullshit, which the whole thing is made up Hollywood bullshit. But when you're sitting there watching this, it didn't happen. This is all fantasized. Like, this was not a part of the story. In the game, you just see Joel going off. He's on his route. He gets caught in a blizzard. He's in a bad way. So is Abby. They meet up and she freaking captures him. And that's what happens. Ellie is also off. She's doing her route. And they go looking for Joel and she finds him. So I don't know. This episode for me felt a lot just kind of like they were babying the audience. Like, okay, this is the boring episode, so we got to have a lot of action in there for all the dumb people watching. So let's really ramp it up. Let's have a lot of violence. Let's have hundreds of zombies swarming Jackson, a bunch of violence. Let's have Tommy with the flamethrower fighting a big hulking infected. It was very fantastical. It was unnecessary. It was distracting a lot from what was going on. You know, as we were sitting down, my fiance was even mentioning, like, yeah, there's a lot going on in this episode. And it did kind of work to one extent. Like, you didn't really know where to focus on. Like, oh my God, the attack over here. Oh my God, man, they're out over here in the blizzard. And what's Abby doing? And oh my God, there's Joel. They're together now. And they kind of glanced over that really fast, too. The whole scene where Joel and Abby meet, and then suddenly they're going back to the ski lodge. You think they would maybe focus in a little bit on that, have a little bit of the tension between the two of them? Like, oh my God, she's trying to kill you, and you literally have her on the back of your horse. But no, they just kind of glanced through all that. They were totally more focused on this fantastical attack on the town. So they did that. You see Joel kind of get attacked. I don't know that I really buy this new Abby. You know, in the game, she was like really buff and like kind of ridiculously buff, but she came off as very imposing, where Ellie was like smaller and skinnier and, you know, less imposing. So in this, you kind of see her emotional side a little bit, where it's kind of getting to her about the death of her dad, and Joel is like talking back to her, kind of pissing her off in the moment. So I guess that is a different angle to this. Like she was in a way egged on, even though she kind of went out for this and took first blood. And I, I don't know. I like the other Abby better, I guess, so far. As watching episode 2, so far I could say the video game Abby was better so far. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. Do you like the new Abby? Do you like the old Abby? What did you think of the whole death scene? It felt like the game was more brutal. They cut away from the guy, Manny, I think his name was, spitting on Joel's face. That didn't happen in the show. They cut away from that. The violence, when Abby shoots him in the leg with the shotgun, they like kind of cut away from it pretty quick. And I don't know. For such a brutal scene, you kind of want to show that. I mean, this is HBO. Why are you shying away from this? You could show hundreds of infected zombies get murdered and burned alive, and people bitten and killed, and all this other stuff, but you can't show a one-on-one fight between Joel and Abby. I don't know. I felt like it was a little bit weak, and wasn't really a fan of it, but all in all, I think it was good. So I'm looking forward to episode 3. I'm going to keep watching it. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Am I totally wrong? Like, was this the best episode you've ever seen, or did it seem like it was just kind of like bullshit filler? Because that's kind of how it felt to me. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you later. Goodbye.